To even represent our project with effects now, we need an effect. I will get one here on the Pixabay website. On pixabay.com, you have the option to download free videos where the corresponding license is also free. We click here on videos and we need a video, a sequence where fire is visible from bottom to top. So we simply enter fire as a search term here, and we should normally see some examples now. Here you can see some, but that's not what I want. I need something that goes from bottom to top. This one, exactly, that's what I want. We will also scale it later in the project, so it will be larger in the display. So just download it now and then integrate it as an MP4 into your project. I'll show you that in a moment. First, we need a text that we will place here. We can do this quite easily. We go to standard texts at the top left, drag standard texts down into the timeline, and now, for example, say fire. We can, of course, make that larger. We'll use modern as the font and enlarge it so that it is better visible and the effect comes across better. What we need to do now is prepare for the next part. We export everything as we have it here, but I won't do it here on 3 seconds, but a little more, and export the whole thing because it's important. Once we've exported it, we need to insert it back into the main project. I'll show you that in a moment. So what we are doing now is adding the sources, that is the files we have created here. This includes what we downloaded from the Pixabay website, the one with the fire, and what we just created ourselves with the fire. How this works, how we achieve the effect is quite simple. We start by dragging fire, our main clip, down here. This is how it looks. Nothing happens. You see it as it is. But we would like to have this fire effect included. That means we now drag the video or the clip with the fire effect down here. We see it's relatively small down here, but we would like to have it larger. So we click on it, make it larger, and move it a bit to the center. And now nothing happens at first. We see it is as it is, and there is now an option. Click on the video, we go to video, and then we go to blend. And then we click down here on multiply. If we go back now, you can already say that the effect is there. I'll let it run. That's exactly how we wanted it. You can see fire in the lettering, but somehow the whole thing is still boring. So now we'll add sound to it. There are also various ways to get your sound effects. I'll show you those now. Yes, when I always need sound effects for my projects, I first go to the website pixabay.com. There is also the option, if you click on sound effects at the top, to search for sound effects. I'll just enter fire now and let's take a look at what we have here. We have a few here. Let's take one and listen to what we have.
I don't want fireworks.
It's not that either. Yes, that already sounds good. A burning sound is exactly what we need. Nice and long, we can shorten it as we need. Yes, what we then only have to do is simply click on download MP3 and then insert it into our project. So now you have to import the whole thing again. That means we add the MP3 we just selected. I have now added it here and will integrate the whole thing into our project. That means we drag it down here, insert it down here, shorten it accordingly because it is, of course, too long. Go ahead, adjust it first to what we see in this area. Let it run once. Let's see if it's a bit louder now. Pull it up a bit. And how does that look? Not too bad. How does the whole thing look in full screen? Perfect. That's exactly how I wanted it. You can, of course, also go ahead and add other effects. For example, what you can do is use a background instead of this text, like a forest instead of fire, or a highway or water, and then adjust your texts accordingly. It's not bad at all. So the effect is quickly done. As I said, you need to go ahead and define and save your text in its own clip beforehand. After you've done that, use an effect that you can download from Pixabay, for example. Yes, and you can do the same with the sound effect. Just download the sound effect and add it if you want. That's it for another video, a short video. See you next time.